Last time, we created these two plots of the frequency of responding to the question, what size shoe do you wear? These are unit intervals, but if you look on page 25 of your text, you'll see the idea of doing it in grouped intervals. I'm going to go ahead and just delete one of these plots so that we can go ahead and try to plot the data on page 25. Now what happened here is instead of shoe sizes, S-O-C-K, size. And we have choices of small, medium, and large. I put my small, medium, and large in these particular cells to make it easier for me, and I know what I'm going to be doing. However, you may put it anywhere you want to. Now, a size small, I'm going to define as something in a size 4 through 6 shoe size. A medium, 7 through 9. And a large, 10 through 12. If you may have noticed, I always put the letter in the center of the shoe range. Why did I do that? Again, so I can copy and paste. I'm a sly little copy paster. So, we need to know size 4 through 6. Let's just type in size 4 through 6. So I type it in, see it says 4 through 6, and I hit enter, and suddenly it says April 6. I didn't want it to say April 6. I mean, sure, the 4th month, 6th day, is April 6. I wanted to say 4 through 6. Excel will often think for you. You have to take control of the tool. You cannot let the tool control you. To make Excel know you're typing in text, you type in an apostrophe sometimes in front of the numbers. To make Excel recognize a number as a text, type in the apostrophe, then the number. Watch what happens. It recognizes it as a text 4 versus the number 4. So, here's my apostrophe 4 through 6. See? Now I have the shoe sizes. This is apostrophe 7 through, excuse me, 9. Oops, I said equals. I'm an apostrophe 7 through 9. And here's apostrophe 10 through 12. Okay, so this is the 4 through 6, the 7 through 9, and the 10 through 12. Well, how many people have a size 4 through 6? It would be these three groups, these three responses. So I'm going to go ahead and find that out by finding the sum of these three groups. So 92 people had a size 4 through 6. 296 had a size 7 through 9. And 34 people had a size 10 through 11. Notice here, when I click into this, it highlights exactly what's being used. And there's the sizes 7 through 9. Let's slow down for a second and think about what's going on here. I'm having sock sizes. You usually don't have a sock size for every shoe size. You have a sock size for groups of shoe sizes. So in a sense, I'm saying I cannot go by these unit intervals anymore. My interval size now has to have 3 of these units. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 3. 7, 8, 9, that's 3. 10, 11, 12, that's 3. Now my unit size is 3. The next thing I want you to notice about these units is that they don't overlap. This isn't 4 through 7 and 7 through 10. Because if it was 4 through 7 and 7 through 10, where would the 7 go? Would it go in the medium or the small? Instead, what I have is very distinctly non-overlapping intervals. 4 through 6 does not include sizes 7 through 9. It only includes 4, 5, and 6. And 6.5, probably. Whereas 7 through 9 only includes 7, 8, and 9. Probably also 9.5. Similarly with 10 through 12. These are non-overlapping intervals of size 3. The interval has 3, spans a space of 3 digits. 10, 11, 12. 3 numbers. Okay. So that's our interval size, 3. And here's our intervals. And here's our frequency of responding. I'm going to type in response. Actually, I'm just going to type in the word frequency. Frequency. There we go. Now, notice I did not include the unknowns when summarizing the data in small, medium, and large. Why? Well, I could, if I wanted to, create a separate group called unknown, UK here, make it equal to that 6. But the facts are, if I'm a shoe store and I'm trying to stock socks to match my shoes, and this is the data I have right here, well, this is what's going to tell me how many pairs of small, mediums, and larges I need. Now, if I didn't include this 6, this total group is going to be smaller. Watch total. See how many responses I have here equals the sum of all of these responses. 428 responses versus only 422. And that's because I'm missing these 6. Well, these 6 responses are no longer relevant for creating my plots for my shoe size by socks. Now I have frequency. Let's do probability, because I won't always have exactly 422 people in my store. Over the course of the month, I may have far more people in the store. So let's find my probability equals the number of people who have this sock size divided by the total number of people in the group. Put the $sign in front of the 13 because I'm holding the denominator constant. I'm going to make that percentage. Copy, paste, paste. And there we have it. We now have the percentage probability of each sock size. Here's my original plot of what size shoe do you wear. Copy and place this entire plot. And I'm going to change the name to what size sock do you wear, because that's what I'm plotting now. And let's go ahead and change what I'm being plotted. Again, I can go up here to Design, select Data, and change all of this. Or I can be a little bit lazy and just try moving things around. You will note, however, this initial step will not work. And I'm going to show you how to do it wrong before I show you how to do it right, so you don't do it wrong. What I'll do is just simply slide this over, okay? And I'm going to show you what went wrong. You see this gap between this? I can't get rid of that gap because there's a gap between these data. In order to get rid of this gap, I actually have to put this data next to each other. Now, if I start copying and pasting, I might have a problem. I mean, copying and pasting by simply moving this up, because that would also change my formulas. And I like my formulas. They did their job nicely. So I'm going to copy, and I'm going to come down here and do a paste special. Paste special, where is it? And I'm going to just do the values. I only want the values. So now the formulas are all preserved up here, while I have the values down there. See, that's a value, and that's a formula. And I can put this back into percentage format if I wanted to. See, value 22%, formula. Now I kept my formula safe, and I have my values here. I'm not going to plot these raw frequencies anymore, because it's not really relevant if I'm a store owner. And I have extra space. I can get rid of that space by moving things, copy and paste, or I can get rid of space by deleting entire rows. So I'm selecting entire rows and going up to hit Edit, Delete. And I hit Alt-E and then D. So that's Alt-E and then D. The other way you can do it is hit Cut. I think that'll work. And apparently it did not. Here's Delete. Delete. That'll work as well. So I need to plot this data. I'm going to again grab these little handlebars. I'm going to move stuff around so it only selects the data I want. I'm going to move this over here. Okay. Did not get this over. There we go. Now I'll take a look at this plot. Small, medium, large. Most people wear medium-sized socks, some wear large, others wear small. And each data point is labeled. It tells me shoe size. I guess I should change that to say sock size. Sock size. And the frequency of response, or the frequency of wearing them, small, medium, and large. Excel has added some new features in its current edition. One of them allows me to do something very fancy. Watch what I'm doing. This purple is obviously the small, medium, and large, or your x-axis. I'm going to scoot this over one. Oops, didn't quite get it. I'm grabbing the handle and trying to scoot it. Okay, come on. It's not letting me today. There we go. Got it. And by grabbing both of these, it's now set size 4 through 6. It skipped a space and then told me the other column. So now it tells me both the size in shoes and the size in small, medium, and large. An extremely informative plot for telling the shop owner that if you have to buy 100 socks, about 8% of them needs to be large, about 20% need to be small, the remainder, 70% of them need to be medium. Not a bad guidance, because now if a shoe store is buying, say, 500 of them, they know that about 8, I'll say that's close to 10, 50 of their socks need to be large. Out of 500, 20% of 500 says 100 socks need to be small, and the remainder, 350 or 70%, need to be medium. Very nice way of telling stock owners what to stock. And in marketing, yes, we do tell people what to stock on the shelf at the retail store. Remember our responsibilities: product, price, place, promotion. Place, well, tell me how many socks I need to carry and what size. That's an important aspect of our job as marketers.